He flew the Typhoon with 11 squadrons. He was also on the Test and Evaluation Squadron 41. This is Robot. It's the Red Arrow!
Special of his. Then the ever popular Wing Walkers. That'll be followed by Phil Bird returns into the air display circuit. Putting in sat rolls whenever he can as well, just for a bit of variety.
Yeah, you're listening to them.
Get them a huge wave. You can see the girls getting a little wave as well. Brilliant, brilliant stuff indeed. Hanging on to the top of the wing.
Oh, yeah.
There are 11 individuals who get to fly back on aircraft in between available with Japanese corporate near Scotland. They're there at 7. One individual today is Devon, Pier, Scotland, takes the Pier, fill the display for safety and easy services. These are now joined up to once again our backside. This is all the opportunities on the show. You can get our picture of us in our backside before we start. Second half is a lot more fast-paced. Once again, from the left, in our world famous start line, it's the Red Arrow. As we go into the second half, he starts the same way as last year. It became so popular. This is the 5-4 split. As we go into that second half, we're now 6-2 sections. Off to the left, we got red 125, known as Edith. Named after Edith Blake's favourite 5. And off to the right, we got red 6789, known as Hannah. Named after Squadron of Ray Hannah, one of the first members of the Red Arrows, the only team leader to lead the team for 4 years. He took the team from a 7 to a 9 and fought our world famous Diamond 9. Edith from the left, Hannah from the right, for the colourful 5-4 cross. Keep your eye on Edith to the front left red 1, 2 to 5. Red 4 sits behind red 1 and red 5 falls all the way to the back. The smoke comes on. The back stands clear. Number 5, Roll Go, as number 5 rolls around the smoke of Enid in the Twister. Red 5 is Flight Attendant Dusty Wales, known as Dusty. Dusty is in his second year on the team. He's originally from Zimbabwe. He flew the Typhoon with 11 squadrons. He was also on the Test and Evaluation Squadron 41 Squadron, as well as being an instructor on the Operational Convergence Unit 29 Squadron, all based at RAF Coventry in Lincolnshire. As Enid leads to our front right, 45, looking directly to your front, you're looking for the smoke of Hannah. Red 8 to 9 smoke, red and blue, roll around synchro. Get your cameras ready for the Hannah. Right. We have red 6 and 8 going off to your left hand side, red 7 and 9 off to your right hand side. Hannah and the synchro pair are led by synchro leader red 6, squad leader Tom Hansford. Tom is in his third and final year on the team. He was red 7 last year, red 3 the year for his first year. He's a former Typhoon pilot, former qualified weapons instructor on the Typhoon, where he taught weapons and tactical information to the entire Typhoon force. And he also achieved a distinguished flying cross for his service in operations over Iraq and Syria. Each pair now diving down to only 100 feet above the sea and have a closing speed of over 900 miles per hour in the Hannah Pack. Those 8 and 9 go up and over and complete the roller coaster. Red 8 and 9 now move to the rear. You'll see red 6 and 7 pulling hard up now. Pulling up to 60, reaching a height of over 2.5 to a flat 3,000 feet. I think you can pick that half horse up from 60 degrees, goes down the roll the correct way up to complete the manoeuvre, called the boomerang.
Here it comes,
Red 7 now coming in from our left is Flight Attendant George Hopday. George is in his second year on the team. He's a former Typhoon pilot and flew with 11 Squadron at RAF Coventry. He was also a qualified flight instructor on the Tucano before going back to the Typhoon. From the right, you've got Enid as they form an inverted V. You may have seen this manoeuvre before on the distance on the prow right 45. But coming in from the left hand side, you're looking for red 9. They were travelling approximately 450 to 500 miles per hour as he completes the goose. Red 9 is Flight Attendant Ollie Suckling. Ollie is in his third year on the team, a former Tony Liberty R4 pilot, and also a former qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T-Mark II. Look directly to your front now, and if you were here yesterday, let's keep our fingers crossed to get it right today. We're looking for the synchro pair. Get your cameras ready for the world famous synchro heart. Keep your fingers crossed. Yay, it's done the right way. Give a massive round of applause. You're looking for the top right, looking for red 8. As he spears the half, red 8 is Flight Attendant Rick Walker, an extremely seasoned and experienced aviator. He's flown the Harrier. He's also flown the Typhoon, as well as being a qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T-Mark II. I do make a joke about the heart, but absolutely, let's give the synchro pair and red 8 a massive round of applause for a wonderful heart in the Bay of Torbay. Keep your eye on red 6 and red 7 as they turn back towards the display line for another manoeuvre at 100 feet with that closing speed of over 900 miles per hour. As each aircraft reaches their 100 feet, they'll get to a certain point in the straight line before pulling up to complete a barrel roll from 100 feet up to about 300 feet in a manoeuvre called the double roll. And to synchro currently, look to your left hand side, you've got Enid running in with reds 8 and 9 on trail. The smoke comes on, the colour goes on as reds 8 and 9 roll around them in the corkscrew. The motto of the Red Arrows is a clap, which means excellence. That means every single member of the team, whether they've been on the team for a week or whether they've been on the team for 5, 6 years, striving for excellence in everything that we do. And we like to leave the team hoping and praying that we have left the team in a better place from where we found it. This time you've got red 6 coming in from the right, red 7 coming in from the left. You may have seen this manoeuvre in the past. It was called carousel previously. We've added 2 barrel rolls into the manoeuvre. And they'll cross with only 30 metres, that's only 100 feet between each aircraft for the circuit. These aircraft are pulling up to 5, bridging on exactly 4 targets that we have. Once again, passing at the rear of the circle. Not only that, they will now change colour from red to blue, keeping that key on, passing at the front to complete the circus. As synchro go to RA, look to your front right 45, you're looking for the smoke of Enid. Once again that white smoke comes on, the colour smoke comes on as red 1 barrel rolls Enid around in a barrel roll, leaving a snake-like smoke trail in the sky in the first half of the manoeuvre called the Serpent. You now see reds 2, 3, 4 and 5 move forward to sit right away alongside red 1. It's extremely hard formation to fly. Those aircraft now 90 degrees off from red 1. They're all the pilots looking 90 degrees left and right down their shoulder line at red 1 whilst pulling up to 3 to 4 G. As the smoke comes on for the tango. As Steve is lead to our front left, we've got 6 and 9 running in, red 7 and 8 from our right hand side. This is the first of our new manoeuvres this year. Red 6 and 9 versions in the chainsaw. Red 6 and 9 work extremely hard, pushing negative G, trying to prevent all that blood from rushing to their brains, holding that negative G for up to 30 seconds. As Hannah now disappears to our front, you are now looking to your left hand side. Once again, you're looking for Ian running in. That's red 1 through to 5. The white smoke will come on. 2 and 3 roll go. 2, 2 roll to the outside.
clear go as Reds 4 and 5 roll to the outside. We one of the hardest maneuvers for our new pilots to master each year. This is rollback. As Enid leads to our right, look to your front, you're looking for the aircraft of Hannah. For those of you at Show Centre around about the pier, you should be able to see the smoke of 3 aircraft. That's red 8 and 9 now rolling smoke, red and blue around red 6. We're at Show Centre, you can count the aircraft. You can see 1, 2, 3 aircraft. But then playing hide and seek is red 7 in the smoke of red 6 as a complete tempest. Once again, 7 and 6 off 6 and 8 to our left, 7 and 9 to our right. The single pair will pull up to 1,000 to 1,005 in the street, turn hatchback towards the display line for their final manoeuvre of the show.
Yeah, go ahead.
Each aircraft once again will dive down to only 100 feet, have a close speed of over 900 miles per hour. Each aircraft will perform a barrel roll followed by inverted flight in a manoeuvre called the Prosto. As the synchro pair leads left and right, look directly to your front. You can just see the nose lights twinkling in the distance of Enid, followed by, joined by Reds 8 and 9. English Riviera Airshow, please put your hands together for the 2025 Royal Air Force Aerosuperbatics. It's the Red Arrow! The Red Wall will put its smoke on. He'll gather the rest of the formation, take them back to Exeter Airport. We'll refuel the aeroplane, we'll re-smoke the aeroplane, and then we have to fly to RAF Ride Norton, get ourselves ready for our final show of the weekend. That's 17:30 at the Midlands Air Festival just near at Ragley Hall. If you'd like any more information about the Red Arrows, of course you can find us on our Facebook site. We've also got our own Instagram account. If you'd like any more information about the pilots, we've all got our own Instagram account. Follow me, RAF Red 10, you'll find all the rest of the pilots. As I said, it is my final year as Red 10. It's been an absolute honour and a pleasure to serve the team. And this will be my last time here at the English Riviera Airshow. I really hope you've enjoyed what I've provided. If I don't see you before or any more in the season, please take care of yourselves, take plenty of water, lots of sunscreen, have an enjoyable rest of the day and a safe journey home, and I hope to see you again in the future. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you very much indeed. They're an outstanding performance, and we wish you the very best of luck. Put your hands together for Red 10. Fabulous display. Really good.
Well, plenty more coming your way, of course, during the course of the afternoon. We just take a little, very short gap here now whilst we, what we call is sanitize the airspace and make sure that everything is clear around the Red Arrows to make their way back to Ride Norton. And then we recommence in about 4 or 5 minutes time with some really terrific variation of flying. We've got Richard Goodwin coming up next in that outstanding jet-powered pit special of his. Then the ever-popular Wing Walkers. That'll be followed by Phil Bird. Returns into the air display circuit in the Jet Roberts Fleet C5. Slight change in what you may have thought have been the programme. Viva Mep slightly delayed. They'll be in the second slot this afternoon. So we conclude this first half before the first break with the Firebirds. delightful sequence there today flying indeed. And then of course the Royal Navy featuring the second gap and the third gap, or the third section I should say, is definitely a wow to stick around for. Finishing up late this afternoon with the mighty Typhoon. And of course that you can find this at various military village just around the Harbour area there. Various adventures and
Oh, sorry. You okay?
Let's head to the sky!
Use less electricity.
outstanding hassles this afternoon. So let's concentrate back on this particular aircraft. Remarkable series of power supplies. You'll get, first of all, the main powerhouse on the front end there, the Archway 540. And then, as I mentioned, just on each side, the two Lynx jet turbines, and giving a total thrust, would you believe, of 1,640 pounds. That, of course, equals pretty much the weight of the aircraft, hence its ability to literally stand the aircraft on its tail and just hover there until the fuel runs out.
DJI,
Going through a whole series of different manoeuvres familiar to the aerobatic plans of motion.
You don't need the full. The third one's good enough.
Barely ever staying straight on level, always putting in
so I want to get
a whole series of flick rolls,
because I'm doing a film course and I
power rolls,
use a gimbal,
looping manoeuvres,
so it'd just be useful to have.
Yeah, it's really
and
good.
the more advanced long
I
and
do
blue
only
lines.
talk if someone speaks to me.
It sounds more like a dinner party, doesn't it? But
I'm just doing a
it
walking
is,
tour, so
it is
literally
exceptional.
just-
Here we go.
I
Great
started
example
when I
now.
started
He just hovered there. He actually went straight into a pinwheel. Started off with a normal school turn there, but just letting the airspeed bleed away.
I'm going to carry on, mate.
Until literally the weight of the nose, the front end of the engine just takes over. Putting in sat rolls whenever he can as well, just for a bit of variety. So DNA of aviation right through his family. His father was the Royal Air Force Hunter display pilot, and Richard went on to fly the Tornado himself during his years in the Royal Air Force, before then progressing on to airline flying. So actually spent most of his time in the workshop up at Gloucester Sanderson Airfield, where he has personally put this aircraft together. This particular aircraft being built from scratch, and it took him pretty much 4 years, based initially on the original Pitts S2S fuselage, but incorporating a whole range of different modifications. And there, another example of how he's literally just hovering a little bit of wind drift, and just a slight bit of nose forward, just to keep him moving across the crowd area. Easily holding it in the sky with all the available power that he has. You might recall his previous aircraft, the Union Jack coloured G-Whiz, still occasionally used around the circuit. One major difference with this aircraft, the wing design, it really is quite unique. It's got massive ailerons and wing area, giving it a huge roll rate, and also really good thrust speed handling. Or in this case, nose speed handling. A little bit of gyroscopic effect there as he's literally holding it on those 3 thrust devices, the engine and the 2 little mini jets.
That's it, good go.
Referring to this as his muscle biplane, especially configured and modified for his spectacular aerial engineering. You can't buy this off the shelf. It's an extensive modification program. The Artisan being able to find that is the most screen. All the targets are baby oil. Some of the time it's one the gears is replaced with mounts as well. Which just helps reduce the weight profile of the aircraft. modified product as well. Looks great, feels great. I'll show you. Yeah, really get this one together. So this is the company's new trade craft, operating like a Harrier. Using now is all the height of the launcher, of course, values speed and energy. Huge amounts of additional extra thrust, so to speak, to get him back into climbing mode. And as he dives down, and that's the voice that they found in the background, you can hear in my little cockpit here. Keep an eye on the top of those wings for Kirsten and Emma, who are literally now facing winds of 150 miles an hour as they pull up, putting that hanging upside down on the top of the wing, going to rivers. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the wing. Yes, they are truly the magnificent men in their fine machines, and they're just having a whale of a time up there. Predominantly the sort of mid-war years, raw years, the ages of Archway, Shoreline, Stunt flying. And yeah, it was an extraordinary story how it all began, but just keep your eyes peeled. There's a Brian calls their hunting and the girls using a very choreographed and well-trained routine, and just using little hand signals which you won't be able to see from down here, and that is how they get through those. But of course, they cannot communicate, and they have to put all their faith and trust into the pilots, and just stand and the run.
actually amazing, so keep joining them. So one day using that little time there to give themselves a bit more height and speed. Experiencing the most extraordinary weightlessness at the top of that roll, and then back on for a bit more positivity, being a lot more comfortable hanging on up there. Now, of course, it's not an easy job to do, and it's very competitive actually. Occasionally you'll see an ad for wing walkers, and I can assure you there are a lot of girls who would love to do this, but both Kirsten and Emma have both been in either the circus or in ballet, acrobatics. Kirsten was a trapeze artist for many years, so together the pair of them went natural, and of course they're quite tiny as well, so the loading on the wing is not too excessive, but this is something you can all do. If you want to have a go wing walking, just go to Aerosuperbatics.com. It's a great treat for a birthday or a celebration, whatever, and it's also a fabulous place to visit. Paignton is just up the dual carriageway from Cirencester in Gloucestershire, and it's a wonderful day out if that's what you're thinking of doing as a special trip. So keep an eye now on the manoeuvring that the girls will be going through on the top of the wing. And come on everybody, left to right to left as they go towards Torquay. Give them a huge wave. You can see the girls picking you away as well. Brilliant stuff indeed. Hanging on to the top of the wing. They'll be bouncing around. I was testing them first thing this morning, and yesterday was even bumpier than this.
See you when you get back.